Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome back to Bitch Sesh, a Real Housewives breakdown show.
I'm Casey Wilson.
I'm Danielle Schneider.
I just love our opening music.
I know, isn't it great? People have asked us if it could be a ringtone. I believe it's fair game for anyone. I don't think it's like a paid-for thing.
God, no.
And we certainly didn't conduct it, though. I'd like to take the credit
I wish
for
I
it.
danced to it at my wedding.
It's my daughter's lullaby.
We're off to a great start, making each other laugh
Yes,
as usual.
hopefully you all too, but all that matters is that Casey and I are laughing at each other.
We're in the Nook, and so many of you have tweeted and asked if you can see photos of the Nook, but I feel like it's best to not show it.
Yeah, you guys, it is beautiful. I love this room, and I don't want to build it up, but it is my favorite room ever. It's great.
When I was little, I remember, I think I was in third grade, I went to Maury Elementary, and I went into the library, and the teacher had, the librarian, the teacher, she had us all sit around, and she showed a book, and she's like, this book has my favorite pictures. And when she showed it, it was blank. And I will never forget that because she meant you imagine the pictures.
Oh,
Guys, it's a lesson we all need to learn. And that's what I think about the Nook. Imagine it yourself.
Imagine it for yourselves. It's so much more magical in your mind, and I hope it would meet up to your standards, but at the same time, imagine it.
Yeah. What's going on, Danielle?
Well, it's been quite a week. I think you've had some stuff happen. I think that's more important than anything going on in my life. Guys.
It's been a rough road.
Tell us about it, Casey.
Where do I start? I'm on the fence about telling this because I want to preface this by saying, and I had to preface this with another scatological story I told. I do not like the scatological. It makes me sick. I think people who tell stories about shit are disgusting people. I hate everything about it, and yet.
Can I say that I love a scatological story? I will tell them constantly. I am a lot of times chastised and said, Danielle, we're eating, has been things that have been said to me many times as I'm telling a story. So know that I love it before you tell this.
I had a rough ride, guys. On Sunday night, all I can tell you is the following. I am a grown woman, and I have never struggled with this issue. I told some of you all I was doing a diet by my blood type. And, just eating according to my blood type. And they told me to give up dairy, which I did valiantly for some time. I normally drink a bottle of half and half in my coffee. I gave that up. I was doing really, really well. It kind of crept back in, as it will do. And
As can happen.
All I can say is that Sunday was a fun day.
Did you have a break day or what? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll say. Well, no, at that point, Danielle, I had transitioned from eat for your blood type to, sorry, my son's monitor is so loud. I'm showing some. I transitioned from eat for your blood type diet to a new diet, which is, wait for it, not a diet. Danielle.
Eat for everyone?
It's called Intuitive Eating, and it's a book that I read. I devoured. It's more like it. I ate the pages of it.
So did you eat the book?
Yes, I ate the book, and it was very good. No, that was for my cheat day. I ate the book. No, that's just a bit. Okay. Intuitive eating, the premise is you honor your hunger, honor your fullness, make peace with food, and eat whatever you want. So I kept telling my husband, I'm like, he'd be like, oh, should we get ice cream? I'm like, I can eat whatever I want because I'm no longer on a diet. But when I tell you allowing yourself to eat whatever you want makes you eat less is such a crazy trick until Sunday.
Okay.
I've been doing so well all week, respecting my food, making peace with food, respecting my hunger. On Sunday, we went and got ice cream. Great. Had some ice cream that night. As you will, we put in a deep dish pizza from this place, Lou Malnati's in Chicago. Someone had sent them to us in dry ice. Now, I don't know what happened. Was the pizzas out for a while? I don't know.
Okay.
They had been in our freezer. All I can tell you guys is I ate some deep dish pizza. I'd had some ice cream. I woke up in a pool of my own feces.
No, I feel like I should preface the story by telling you guys that Casey sleeps in a sleep mask and earphones. So not a sound, not light, nothing could get in.
Nothing gets in, but things are getting out.
So she does not know what happens in the middle of the night.
Oh, God, no. And what I did feel a tinge in the middle of the night that was like, I'm sweaty. Like, it's hot in here. And I woke up and I can't even tell you guys what was happening. It was shit all over. I had to throw my pants out. I had to run. My husband does not know this happened. I cover, because he's so proper and like an elegant man. So I cover the bed with a bunch of pillows.
He's asleep?
He's asleep. He still does not know this happened, and nor does he care to listen to my work. He doesn't listen to this podcast. I ran to the bathroom, took off everything, threw everything away, and I said goodbye to the bottom half of my pajamas, which are maps, like maps of the U.S. And I've learned a lot from those pajamas. I had to throw them away, jump in the shower. It was a full tear down.
Oh, God.
What? How can you shit yourself and not even know?
I don't know that because we've all shit ourselves. I shit myself before an audition in the Viacom building in Los Angeles.
You know what? Don't give this business that.
And threw my stuff in a garbage and continued to audition. Like, went forward. I did not drive myself home after that.
Did you get the part?
No, I did not.
Wow.
Don't know what I smelled like entering that room, but I went forward for something I did. I should have just taken myself home, but still I knew it was happening. So the fact that you didn't know, no matter how hard asleep someone's in, that's impressive.
And guys, it's a shock when you shit yourself. Like you're like, whoa. It's just a shock. It's so much to process.
Yeah.
I'm still processing it. And I don't
Where
know that
are your sheets now?
So much has
Burned?
gone on. Those are gone. I've had to have a conversation with I won't even get into it. And I apologize to anyone and everyone.
No, we've all been here. That's the thing.
Have we all been there?
It's so human.
I see people here shaking their heads no.
It's very human. And no one and I will say this, for those of you who haven't shit your pants, you will. Because all of us think that we will not shit our pants. We're like, no, I'll never cross that threshold. My body will never
And I'll tell you, that's a nice place to live.
Yeah.
But once you've...
But then also once you have, the doors are open, literally
For
and
more?
figuratively, because you know you can, so you sort of do.
Well, I told my doctor, because guys, I went to the doctor. I said, what's happened? Like, what went on? And my doctor's like, ooh, I shit myself once. She's like, I always keep an extra pair of scrubs in my trunk. I was like, what's happening, guys? I don't want to know this dark underbelly. I think of myself as a clean person.
There's life before shitting yourself and life after shitting yourself, and they're different. You're a different person.
Well, I texted my best friend, Amanda from home, who listens to the podcast. I'll give her a shout out. And she, is a doctor and counsels young women through their issues. And she's a very put together person. And she texts me back, that is unfortunate. You shit yourself. She's so formal. She said, that is unfortunate. I said,
like
oh, you
that's
think?
sad about me, because when you told me, I was like, been there. Like, I'm a monster.
Guys, so what a way to open.
That's a story.
We have an amazing guest that we're going to bring out shortly, but first, Danielle has done some major...
Guys, I went down a wormhole of sorts. Cut Fitness, as we all know, is Tamara and Eddie from the OC's gym. And I pray for that gym. I want that gym to do well. I know it's their baby. Eddie's a good man. Tamara's, trying to be a better person.
So many of them have started gyms.
Yes, that seems to be a career choice for a housewife and a house husband. And I went on their website today, guys. Now, I have not visited Cut Fitness because it's, at least an hour or two drive, and I'm not going to do that. But I worry about the gym because their website has not been updated, it seems, in a while. When I looked under...
Danielle's frantically flipping through her moleskin where she has notes like a beautiful mind just everywhere.
I do. Well, once I looked at the website, I was like, attention must be paid. Like, this needs to be recorded.
And sounds like this is a funeral.
Yeah, it is. It's the beginning of the end. The death rattle, as I feel, is happening. Yeah. When it said events coming up and you click on that, it just said no events coming up.
It's not funny.
It's not funny.
It's funny the way you said it.
Sorry, it's just I want a business to succeed. I love
a business.
Their business.
You want any business?
I want them to succeed. She left that awful man, Simon, who was working at Fletcher Jones Mercedes,
and then Ryan, of course, is supporting
exactly. They're
5 little ones
exactly, and they're supporting Ryan. So I want this to succeed.
Sounds like it.
In their store to buy, like their clothing and items and stuff. Like sports supplies and stuff. There was 3 things. Just 3.
What things?
There was like a shirt that said like cut above the rest or something, like nothing, like I can't remember exactly what it said, like work it out
cut
or
from
something.
This cloth. Yeah.
So not great.
Now, were there multiple Like, was there like 5 shirts or just
No,
like, oh.
3 different, 2 shirts and a thing I didn't understand. The workout gear that I didn't understand. Under the social, what it just says like social, and you click on that, it just said, stay connected. There was nothing.
Why is this making me laugh so hard? It's horrible.
I know,
we want a business to succeed.
Yes, we want a business to succeed. That is our motto here. We want a business to
business. We want a business to succeed. Anything else?
Their blog was last updated October 28th. It's April, guys.
Okay.
And today there's only 1 class.
What is this? What is it? Is it Tamara's Circuit?
No, no. I think she's out of the gym. I feel like she was like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah. Is Eddie teaching?
Eddie is teaching most of the classes, it seems. And I would say, like, some days there are like 4 classes, like, but that's like once or twice a week. And even small places that I've been, like yoga studios that are like, tiny things. There's like classes all day. There's a lot of overhead, and I would say average. Some days there's 4 classes. Some days there's 0 classes. I would say on average 2 classes a day seems to be.
Well, that's a grim report from the field.
So that's...
Well, our hearts and prayers are with
hearts and prayers
Cut
out
Fitness.
to Cut Fitness, guys. I want you to succeed.
Guys, maybe we should bring out our guest and...
Yes, we have such an exciting guest. I love this man
Oh, my
so much.
Lord.
He makes me laugh so hard. I've known him since I first came out to LA. He is one of the funniest humans alive. You know him from his great series about Chloe Sevigny.
He plays Chloe Sevigny. If you have not looked this up online, you're a garbage person.
Yeah, you don't know anything.
And I hate to say that to our listeners, but truly, his impression of Chloe Sevigny will blow your mind.
Yes, it blew everyone's mind, including Mark Jacobs, who put his Chloe Sevigny in his spring campaign. So let's just bring out the wonderful Droege.
Hi, everybody.
Drew, you are truly one of the funniest men alive.
I've been sitting in the nook this whole time, laughing so hard, stifling so much joy to come out of my throat. Thank you. I'm so glad I can talk now. Hi.
Hi.
Drew, do you want a business to succeed?
I do want, just in theory, a business. Not necessarily any business, but definitely a business.
We all want
I mean, I think that's a good point. I've never thought of it like that, but I definitely want a business to succeed.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Drew, what do
Why
you
was that
have
made
in
it
front of
so
you?
hard? What I have in front of me.
You?
Look, this is what was placed in front of me. Believe it or not, I didn't bring this over here.
No, shocking.
But it is a Playboy magazine from March 2010. And it's Kelly Bensimon.
Former New York housewife, a fan sent this to
A
Casey.
fan named Josh Fehrens, I believe I'm
you.
pronouncing that right, Fehrens, sent this to Earwolf. It's so amazing, and I can't believe I haven't seen this.
Guys, Kelly has never looked better. Can I say this as a straight woman, them tits are fantastic.
Yeah,
I want to put my head in them.
Whoa, Danielle.
Oh my God, Danielle. That is just...
Amazing, though. Those are some pretty wonderful.
In each
titties.
shot, she's oftentimes just showing one nipple, but she's got her boobs. I mean, the whole thing, she does look great.
She looks like she's having a lot of fun.
Those look real, too. Are those
looks
real? No, am I wrong? Sometimes I don't know the difference.
They're very good if they're not real.
Coming from Boca Raton, it's hard to Boca Raton to our listeners who
There's
are chastised.
a lot of bondage kind of looks in it.
Yeah.
But she looks like she's smiling really big in that shot, as if she just got off like a Ferris wheel or something.
Yes, none of the facial expressions match what's happening, which is like.
Well, she also said her quote down here says, "Hi there, I have to warn you, I'm a little bit shy." Which I think that's why there's this really lovely dichotomy of like just a real brave body shape with like some dead eyes and like just no understanding of what's happening.
Well, I'm upset by the tagline, which says brains meet beauty.
As if I don't even know what that means.
I know, but just knowing Kelly, I don't know,
Kelly's a lot of things.
What does she do? So is
she in a life jacket? No, that's a pillow.
different.
Sorry.
Oh no, no, that's a pillow.
That's her.
That's
That's
her.
a pillow, but doesn't it look like she just got off of a plane that
100%.
landed in the water?
Yeah. Oh, and it just did really dirty
And then there's
things
just
to her
one
knickers.
nipple laying
One
across
nipple
a pillow.
on a giant Valentine. Anyway.
Oh, wow.
So what does she do? Like, why do they say brains? Is she like?
That's what I'm wondering.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that.
Okay.
Because, she was, I guess, kind of kicked off because she was a little crazy.
Yeah.
She was crazier than any of the women we just saw tonight.
Yeah,
Surprisingly,
kicked off.
yes.
Oh my God, you guys! I don't watch the show. I'm obsessed watching it with you guys. I was laughing so hard at the. It's
We invited
beautiful.
Drew
It's
on because he's not
fascinating.
necessarily a watcher of this, but he is a pop culture, I think, icon, and I think you have such funny
Power of observation.
Yeah, such funny power of observations. We had to have you on.
Oh, thank you. I don't watch any of that, so it's so fascinating to me to watch what's happening, what's going on. Bethanny is a horrible. Where do we start?
Well, we're not getting there quite yet.
Okay.
Now we'll get into.
We're
that in a
very
minute.
close to
Okay.
it.
I will say also about Kelly Bensimon, she's wearing a belt full of bullets. Now I get what's that called again? Like a gunslinger, a holster. Yes.
Yeah.
A holster.
But a bra that has the outsides of a bra, but no bra. Does everyone understand what
Just
that
the
means?
So like
trimming.
a donut hole, like the opposite of that.
I can see her boob, and something's holding them up, but you can see
Right.
the boob.
Like the
Right.
fabric is missing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, thank you to Josh Farens.
Yeah.
I needed that. I really
Yes,
needed that today.
I needed that. Lets me remember Kelly.
Drew, we're
It
gonna.
helps me remember 2010 because
Yeah.
there's a lot of
Good times.
period specific.
I feel like the fonts are really 2010.
The what?
Yes.
Font.
The font is. It truly is. It's
It's called
circus font.
2010. It's called 2010. The font.
Drew, before we dive into New York, we're going to quickly talk about a show I know you haven't seen.
Yes.
But it's a show Danielle and I need to
And
talk
you saw
about.
a commercial.
I saw
for
a
it.
commercial for it, and I said I have absolutely no idea what this show would be about when I saw it.
We were like, it's in the title, Drew. Get with it.
The show we want to talk about, it's nothing to do with the Real Housewives, but it's basically the Real Housewives, and it's called
Let's get this right. Every show on Bravo is the Real Housewives, whether it's called that or not.
Exactly. And this show is called There Goes the Motherhood.
Now, Casey sent me an emergency text Monday morning.
I was like, Danielle, and this is right after I shit myself. I was like, Danielle.
Felt more important.
So this was the emergency. I shit myself, but there's this show on TV called "There Goes the Motherhood." 911.
Okay, look, we all have our definition of emergency.
I know you really buried the lead there.
Now that I think about it, they were very close in proximity, those two events. I was like, shit myself, moving on.
Oh my God.
I was like, what's on TV? Okay,
I got time to clean myself.
You got
Yeah.
time to lean. You got time to clean. Guys, I watched this show. It is about an LA mommy group, which is just kind of a group of annoying women for the most part.
Yes.
Who I guess go to kind of some type of therapy.
Yeah, I've been to mommy groups, none like this.
Nothing
before.
like this. Where
No,
it's
I know mommy
basically-
groups. Yeah, sure. That's
But none have been like this. It's basically this therapist, the most beautiful therapist I've ever seen. I thought she was gorgeous. I wanted
Gorgeous.
to know more about her.
But it was quite I just think everyone should give it a try. I don't know if people are going to love it. I really liked it. But
I did too.
My biggest problem with it is like, I have a kid. I don't want to watch kids screaming.
Yeah.
Well, my kid's napping. I don't want to watch other kids.
No,
Yeah.
I hear that. My problem with it is there was a lot of, some of it was sad to me in that, like, I don't know why the housewives rarely make me that sad. Sometimes they do. But, you know, like the mom who was divorced recently with like a 2-year-old and her father had moved in, and it seemed as if she seemed, and I'm not sad for her, you know, like her marriage didn't work out, and that's fine. She seemed to make some strong decisions.
But you want a business to succeed.
But I want a business to succeed, and I want a
Bottom
marriage,
line.
and I want a marriage to succeed.
I do too. And her father was a doll.
Her father was adorable, and they do have it good. Like, I felt like how lucky is she that her wonderful father can move in with her. But there was a sadness to her. She didn't seem happy.
And she was actually kind of normal. And we're going to blow through this because I know you
Yeah.
haven't seen this, Drew, but feel free to please
No,
weigh
but I'm
in.
wondering if part of the appeal of the housewives is like they live such crazy other lives that you can look at it
Yes.
and gawk, and you're not really worried about them because you're like,
Yes.
they're gonna be fine.
They're going to be
Yes.
fine.
Whereas in maybe
Or
a show
they're
like
not,
this,
but-
that's,
I
well,
was
they're
a
not, but they'll be
little-
fun to watch. But they're horrible. They're horrible
A business
people.
can fail.
Yes.
I was more worried about these women. It's not very glamorous. One woman said, my husband, Nick, Nick is the operations manager at a cemetery in Los Angeles.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
Yeah, her kids are wild and running the show.
And the kids' names are wild. And forgive me if anyone has named their children these names in advance, but Rivers with
Rivers?
an S. Rivers.
Oh, Rivers.
Rivers.
Oh, like Rivers.
Like more than one.
Rivers.
Oh, okay, no.
Rivers.
I have a nephew named Rivers.
You do?
I do.
Oh, God, is this your nephew? It's a great
Is this my
name.
family?
Oh,
Did you not know they
Oh
were
my God, my
on
brother
there?
is an operations manager at a cemetery in LA.
You're like,
Wait a minute. What's
My dad
happening
did
right
move
now?
in with them.
Wait, am I being filmed?
True. Okay. Well, I struck out with Rivers. and I
big
love it. I'm
time.
going to just not name the rest of
Arms
the names.
folded, staring madly at Casey.
Yeah. And I love all children. So I'm not going to.
And I love a child too, guys. I love a
I
child.
want a child to
I want a
succeed.
child to succeed.
You know, but there's all the like hallmarks of a Bravo thing because you love to be voyeuristically
Yes.
looking at other moms and like, what are they doing? And one woman just breezily says, like, I lock my kids in the rooms at night with little latches on the outside of the door. And then she walks down to her bar. And when I say bar, she created a restaurant, like a bar at a restaurant in her living room where
Oh
she sips
my
cocktails
God.
while her kids are locked in.
She's the same one that was
I
Fergie.
love this woman.
She's
Yeah.
the same one that was Fergie's reject, yes? That she was in a band with Fergie.
Okay.
And then I don't know if Fergie broke up the band or something to start Black Eyed Peas. I don't know what happened there. Or maybe there's still a friendship and I'm wrong.
I'm sure that she plays that demo at midnight in her own her own saloon.
So sad. And then some of the moms, one mom was like, oh, I'm in over my head. And they literally, and I'm like, all right, lady, we're all in over our head. But they did cut to her 4 boys releasing chickens in her backyard from a coop and putting them on surfboards in the pool and pushing them out to see, basically. I was like, oh, there's chickens on surfboards. And she's like, ah! And then another time she's like, I'll tell you, my kids are just running me. And then we see that she has let her son ride his bike off the diving board.
Yeah, that was.
I was like,
Oh
"Ooh."
my God. Oh my
that
God. Oh
was
my God. Oh my God.
crazy.
And
Yeah,
I hate
these-
to judge, but
Well, but there's a lot.
Well,
and again, I don't
please.
have 4 kids, and I can't imagine what 4 kids is like. That seems like so much. Like just one kid, I'm overwhelmed half the time. But it was a lot to watch.
and then of course they have the mom who's like, I put my husband and I's relationship first.
Ew.
Everyone's like,
and she's all
Nightmare.
and also she's like, I love sex.
Ew.
You know, like she's like, I just love sex. And she's
I
like,
also
we
love red
my-
wine and casual afternoons. Like Karen Sharp.
Yes, exactly. She's
Ew.
coasting.
so I don't know. I think it's worth. As I'm reliving it, I'm like, is it worth it? It's
I put it on-
no Southern charm.
I
The
season
commercial was
passed it.
completely crazy. Like I had absolutely zero idea what was happening. There was so much yelling, so many different kinds of people. Everyone was just no one had any idea where the focus was.
I see.
And then it just says, "There goes the motherhood," and I was like, I truly don't know what just happened to me.
you were reacting as though you had seen like I don't
Like an
even.
alien. You were like, did something strange just happen? Did I experience that?
Yeah, but whatever. Hey, I wish it well.
I want
Really
I want
do.
a
I want a reality
reality show
show.
to succeed.
I really do, guys. Well, and then before we get into this is the final thing before we get into the shows, which is that we have a big announcement to make, which is that Bitch Sesh has a movie critic at large.
Yes, we do.
Congratulations.
Yes.
It's so exciting. Our friend of the podcast, Matt McConkey, who has been
we
on
love.
many times.
Yes, he is a man about town and has been on. He's great. We love him.
So he will be occasionally giving us insightful yet brief movie reviews out of sheer laziness. And his first is Mother's Day.
Which we've all
Oh,
talked
yes.
about. Julia's wig.
The wig.
With the wig heard
Andorra
around the world.
wig. Total bewitched.
Which is a used wig, as the world found out. That was a broke.
I didn't know that. It was
Yes,
used.
he also used it in the movie. What was the one with Hugh Grant? You know, Graham, I can't remember.
Notting Hill.
Notting Hill. When she's being interviewed about that space movie that promoting in Notting Hill. Remember, 'cause she's an actress. She was in that same wig, and it has come out that is the exact same wig. Like
So she brought her wig to the
went
set?
into storage.
They're like, Julia, do you have your wig from Notting Hill? Can you just bring it to the trailer tomorrow? That would save us a lot of time. Thanks. Like, what? You're Julia Roberts.
Get a new fucking wig.
Oh, and that thing,
I
that
know.
helmet looks awful.
Why in the world? It looked horrible then. Why would they go back to it?
And then we only saw it for like 5 seconds for like the movie that within the movie. Here it's the whole time.
The whole time she walks in like Shirley Booth and Hazel. And you're like, I'm supposed to care about this woman? Like, anything she has to say? No.
Well, here's Mr. McConkey's review. The Mother's Day. I like that he calls it that. Sorry. The Mother's Day is a new art in which the actors wait 10 seconds between each line. It gives it a great sense of tension and really disorienting the audience. Most of it takes place in a very drab gym. Julia Roberts' wig.
Is it cut fitness?
It is cut fitness. Maybe that they don't have classes.
That's fine then if they're doing movies there.
Julia Roberts' wig is a living fire ghoul that changes shades throughout. Jen was very tan and breezy, always jogging. There are no jokes. I cried hysterically at the end. 5 stars.
Thank you, Matt McConkey.
5 stars, he says.
He loves anything with Jennifer Aniston, so I don't know that he's trustworthy, but I'll still use him.
He made a checkbook holder, in olden times, that held his checkbooks with Jennifer Aniston's face on it from her Smart Water ads.
Wow.
He's obsessed with her.
That wasn't that long ago. The Smart Water ads were not that many years ago, Matt. It wasn't like, Rachel 97. It was like, no, the Smart Water was
I get so offended if you say anything.
I said to him last year that I didn't think that Jennifer Aniston movie, I want to call it Powder, but it's called something else.
Oh, Cake.
Cake. Thank you. I once said to him, like in passing, I don't think she's going to get nominated for that movie. And he was devastated that I had said that. It was like I had stabbed him in the heart.
You are the reason why she didn't get nominated. You put it out there in the universe.
I had a lot of pull in this town.
And the Academy heard you.
Yes.
When you put it out there.
I secreted it.
Should we get into New York and then we can do Beverly Hills briefly?
Yes.
Drew, what did you think?
Oh my God, so much is happening and yet nothing happens at all. So Bethanny's having a party, a chic, what did she call it? Tailgating chic.
Yes. Tailgate chic.
Which is so much fun. I don't even know, how do we even break this down?
Well, Bethanny right off the bat tells us a million times this is going to be such a great party. She's like, it's
fun,
tailgate.
backyard, beef, barbecue.
Brisket.
Yeah, exactly. Just beer.
She comes out in an outfit, like a tailgate outfit that has never been touched before. That flannel, those boots, had never seen the light of day. She
ties her shoe midway through the conversation. Like she didn't get it on fast enough before they started shooting. And then she's tying her shoe.
And her house is gorgeous, but she's too excited about this barbecue. And I hate that there's just something gross to me about these rich people and everyone showing up like tailgate party, but they're just standing there.
Right. With no spirit, with none of the spirit of like a real tailgate party where and also a tailgate like is actually out of the back of cars. I mean, like it's like you're like in the back of a truck.
She just Googled
and you're in a parking
tailgate.
lot and you're eating football cookies and potato salad. And none of that was in this. It was just a grill.
She's rented some elaborate grill that she keeps saying like, am I crazy? Is that girl is shit?
I know. And you're right. You were saying when you're watching it, you're like, you think she thinks she's Lucille Ball because she's so funny the whole time. And she's just a horrible, just a vile monster.
Oh, wow. Yeah. She was pretty vile this week.
She was very vile
tonight
tonight because, and you even said it, Casey, that like she made you feel sorry for John, who we have not been on his side for a year and a half.
He's a complete pig. Like just walking in now, it's like anybody that's like, hey, come over here. And like, yet you do feel bad for him by the end of it.
When he was just standing holding like a skinny girl cup of coffee,
my
I just
God.
felt sad and like trying to say sorry.
And the fact that they're fighting over the fact that he accused her of stealing skinny cow instead of skinny girl. That's what this whole thing is about. You explained that to me earlier. They don't reveal it in the episode till late in the episode.
And Drew was shocked.
I couldn't believe it. It was like, that was the argument. Like,
and we were like, Drew, yeah, what do you want? He accused her of using skinny cow.
Her, and then that's how he treated her. And then she invited him over to a party.
Well, here's the thing. I thought Carol and Bethanny acted poorly. And I'm fans of both of theirs. I know I'm a big fan of
which
Carol's.
one is Carol?
Carol's the skinny one that was married to a Kennedy.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And I know when I say skinny one, that's a lot
So Carol's
of them.
dealing with Luann is what you're talking about.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
and I felt, and I'm fans of both of theirs, and I'm on their sides, and they both acted so immature tonight when they could have acted just cooler and just been like, okay, like, fine. Like, we don't have to be friends. It's all fine. Like, let's just not act weird. But, like, sneaking out and being kind of the mean girls and sitting at their little table, it just felt young and sort of stupid to me.
And the party in general felt very sad. You guys assured me there were other people there besides the housewives, but I didn't see any. I didn't see any other people.
Once in a while, there was that one moment.
Oh my God.
There was
God. Guys.
There's one woman who bites into the marshmallow and it's either too hot or it's right when they say take the foreskin off.
Yeah.
And Luann has just said, like, well, it's rock and roll over here. And they're surrounding a fire pit, and a woman in a black hat, I need you all to see this because we had to rewind it, chokes on a marshmallow.
Yeah, completely.
Like an extra's like, what?
Honestly,
while no one else around them does anything to help
they
her.
all were.
They're all wrapped up in their own bullshit.
And she just like gags.
We don't know what happened to this woman. I hope this woman's okay.
I know.
That someone Heimlicked her or that, R.I.P. I don't know.
And I have to say, the fact that everyone's wearing cowboy hats, it's very like, this is what poor people wear,
100%.
right?
100%.
All of them went to a Halloween shoppy in town and were like, what does one wear to a tailgate party? And this is what they were given.
Just so tense and tight. The opposite of a barbecue.
So
the opposite of anything
awkward.
fun.
And then Luann enters weirdly with a hula hoop, as if that's something
She
one
comes in with a
brings
hula
to
hoop because that's what a normal person brings to a party.
Or a tailgate.
Guys, I thought for sure there was like a hula hoop giveaway at the door. And she was like,
Bring
here.
one for a poor child?
I don't know, because who could explain it?
And why she tears through there. And like you were saying, like, this is rock and roll. And it's like, and what, like, I'm like, who is this beast that has come into this party? And I'm like, I remember her from like, Don't Be Tardy from the Party.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is where I am with these people. I'm like, oh yeah, they had this single. And then I see this creature coming in who's just like, roar, roar. I'm just, what is happening with her?
I don't want to correct you, but okay, she's saying money can't buy you class.
Oh, you're right.
But she has such a resemblance.
To who's saying Don't Be Tardy for the Party?
Kim Zolciak
Kim
from
Zolciak.
Atlanta.
But Kim is the blonde.
Yeah, but they are both
Right,
beasts
okay.
of
Yes.
women.
Yes.
They
Beasts of
are
burden.
both handsome women. Is that what we would
But
call
it's
them?
also, it's not even, it's like the way they behave is it's if they're clawing through life. It's like they're in this pit and they're in prison. Life is prison. And they're just, the way they just, their body language is just so much.
Now, you had some questions about Luann's sexuality.
Yeah, I was like, this woman's straight? Has that ever been? I don't know.
Yeah, weirdly, she's a sex fiend, I would say.
But I
She's
also
always,
love that. I
living it
really
up.
love butch straight women.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that. That's fascinating to me. But yeah.
Well, and
there's
you
a
always
very-
talk about her jewelry, Danielle.
Yes. Now, Luann is never without a piece. And she never just wears like a small, delicate necklace. Like, it's always just like a statement piece.
A chunky necklace.
Never without. I don't know how she stands up straight.
And I did feel her kind of button up was a little low
It was low.
for my liking.
It was real low.
Yeah.
And she was making me laugh so hard in her conversation with Carol, where she probably should have apologized. First, she's like, you said some things to me. And then Carol's like, well, no, I didn't. And she goes, it was the way you said it.
She goes, it's not what you said. It's
how
the way
you-
you said it. It's like, you just said we both said things to each other.
And then she's like, well, and you said things about me. And Carol would be like, yeah, well, you said some terrible things about me. I just want to move on, man.
She's like, I don't
I'm
want to
gonna be
live
in
in
the
the
future.
past.
I'm gonna be in the future.
yeah.
And then she goes, I tried to apologize. She just didn't let me.
I know. It's
never,
like,
ever apologize.
both of the arguments tonight were these non-conversations where nothing got resolved, where they were like, neither one of them, because the same thing happened with John and Bethanny.
Yeah.
It was this like, okay, well, I just want to let you know that I'm good with things. I'm good. And then they don't speak.
I feel
They
like
see each other
Bethany's
again.
attracted to John.
Oh.
Guys,
Casey,
I know
what?
this seems like I'm making some crazy like statement, but I felt like she was so getting off on the fact that like, oh my God, this guy's like ruining my birthday party. Like, can you just like get off my jock? Can you just like go? It was like she
Very,
lives
like,
on this
childish.
shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lives
Also,
on
maybe
it.
he's the kind of man that like she's never around.
That's what I
And
mean.
so it's like
a man
kinda-
who's fucking taking
because
her
you
down a
watch
peg.
this man on because I was just watching it. I was like, this man has to go to the docks and see his friends and explain. Yeah, I'm on the Real Housewives of New York. Like he's on this major show. This man who's not in this world whatsoever. And so maybe Bethanny's like hot for that blue collar.
And I think it's completely subconscious, but it was a little lady doth protest too much.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that. And even after she says, we're fine for Dorinda. Like, all you have to do when you see him next day at the weird brunch at the unfinished house is something like, oh, hey, what's going on? Instead, she's just like,
she
and like
walks past him.
Stomps past him.
I think the worst thing that she did, though, is not apologize to Dorinda. If Dorinda's her friend and making Dorinda be in that weird position at her house, and not just to say, I'm sorry, I love you, I made this horrible for you, but her reaction is like, well, you can't handle it. I'm going to go tell him we're fine because you can't handle it.
And she goes, I'll do it for you.
And it was so aggressive and rude and it had zero heart in it. And it's like, yeah, like what is Dorinda supposed to do? Like, what's Ellen Barkin supposed to do? I saw it. I was like, I just saw it. I go, who's Ellen Barkin? What is she doing on here?
I love Ellen Barkin.
I love Ellen Barkin.
Ellen Barkin would be such a great addition to this show.
Well, she's in New York.
She's been through some stuff.
She's been through lots of stuff. And she's a housewife.
She was married to that guy, the head of Revlon.
Ron Perlman.
Revlon, yeah,
she's a house cat, I hear.
100%.
She would come to play.
Yes.
Also, I mean, like a phenomenal actress.
Oh,
my
God, yes.
One of the greatest I've ever seen on stage. I mean, she's amazing.
If she would deign.
And then she dated a really, really young guy, a big director's son.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, he was like 30 or something.
God bless her.
And he was hot.
Yeah.
That woman is
she's
sex
gorgeous.
on sticks. She is.
Yeah.
I sound very sexual tonight, guys.
Really
All
are.
that poop talk.
I know.
I thought the two women were so abhorrent at Jules's house.
Yes.
And her husband is so sweet. You were saying that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he was such a nice guy.
I
He
am
took
like,
her on a tour of the house after she like ripped him apart. Like, you're never going to get this done. She's eating that schmear and that bagel and just like just pushing bread into her face, mad at him about their house.
And she's so nasty to everyone. Nobody
and about
fucking
their eating
asked
habits.
you.
Women talking about other women's eating habits right in front of them. Like, who does that?
It's so
These,
gross.
I mean, I can't believe I'm watching such bad manners.
Meanwhile, we're talking terribly, but we're not in front of these people, and no tagging.
Guys,
everybody.
no tagging.
No
No
tagging.
tagging, no judgment.
Oh,
the
Los
sirens
Angeles is
go.
burning outside. We're in the nook. We're safe.
I wish if the world ended, this is how.
I would like to be in the know.
I'm like, and another thing, Luann.
I don't want to be with my children. I don't want to be with my husband. I want to be in the nook.
I'm like,
Talking shit about other people.
I'm
that
like,
don't know.
Earwolf, post it. We go down. The ship goes down.
The last thing I see is Kelly Bensimone's singular nipple.
You guys, the magazine is still splayed open. We are still like knees deep in Kelly Bensimone's nipples. So just FYI.
I mean, the episode to me felt a little boring despite everything. I mean, a great time with you guys. Oh, the best part was, I thought, when the bees attacked
The bees.
John.
Can we talk about that? Do you know if that was orchestrated?
Yeah, you felt like they had a bee
I was like,
handler
I think
on
there
set.
are some PAs that had to have like just a honeycomb.
Because he looked
nearby
a little
and
genuinely
shake
shocked
it.
and he was like,
He was still like, bees? I'm allergic. Like,
he goes,
this could kill
I
me.
didn't expect this.
I didn't bring my EpiPen.
It's like you're in the Hamptons outside.
There's some PA with like an earpiece, and then they're like, cue the bees.
And
I'm sorry.
but then that bit just went away.
I
It was
know,
like
I
nothing
know.
happened from it.
I needed to see the bees follow everyone a lot longer.
I need to see a lot more bees.
I felt like Bethanny,
season.
I'm sorry to keep going back to it, but she was so rude and she's always asking these leading questions like, oh, how do you keep your kids away from a construction site?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry
They're
about their
fine.
kids.
Just aggressive.
She's never gonna be able to sell this place. It's a money pit.
That's what I'm saying. When she's eating, she's like so ugh. What's the word I'm looking for? What's that movie with oh my God, with Patrick Wilson and the
Little children?
no, it's the Insidious. Insidious.
I don't know
To that
this.
long
I
word.
don't know this.
Oh, they're like a bunch of horror movies. They're called Insidious. That's
this is
that's
a
what
horror
Bethanny
movie?
was being. She was being insidious.
Oh.
Took me forever to get that
That's
out.
like when Camille Grammer called everyone pernicious.
Pernicious. She had just learned it on her word of a day calendar, and she was using
I
it.
love people that have a new word.
I remember her quote exactly. She's just being pernicious. She's just pernicious, and she's just pernicious. Like, she used it 7 times in half of a sentence.
They were like, hi, what's your name? She's like, pernicious? Camille. I mean, Camille.
You know, there's some kids out there named Pernicious because of that episode.
And well, I
One of the
love
kids on
Rivers.
Motherhood.
Rivers is such a cute name.
I've named my children Rivers, pernicious,
and insidious. Insidious. I just thought Bethanny was so rude. And the way
She
they
was.
walked out of a house tour and they're like, there's dog poop, and they were acting like they were running from a burning building. It's like someone's invited you to their home. Have some class.
I know, running out of that and laughing, and then her being like, "This feels like I just stole." It's like, yeah, that's called a bad feeling.
Yeah.
That's called a conscious.
Well, you screamed at the TV.
And I think I screamed like, "That's because it was bad, you fucking cunt." I think that's what I said.
that's what
Yeah.
you screamed.
Yeah.
That was the word you used.
Sure.
You said it's because you feel bad, you fucking
Last thing
cunt.
I'll say about last thing I'll say about New York is I know it was tailgate chic. What was the big duck in the middle of the lawn? Was
That has nothing to do with tailgating whatsoever. That's
That was-
bath time.
Misplaced.
It was so big.
Would have assumed it would have been like a blow up skinny girl. There are a lot of sirens going on.
Yeah,
out
Los
there.
Angeles
happening
burning
right
down. Has there been something?
Someone tell us.
What's going on?
Tweet us your tales from the end of days, please. Beverly Hills.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty much New York, I would say, right?
Not much happened. But
No Sonia, but someone pointed out they think it's because Sonia and Luann were late to sign their contracts because they wanted more money.
But Luann was featured. Did she sign it beforehand?
I guess so. I just feel like with Luann, they're just like, look, we're not giving you more money. You in or you out? She's like, in.
Yeah. Come on.
Luann has definitely, as we said last episode too, like her voice keeps getting lower.
Throwing
and
around the
lower.
mans. Everyone
Yes.
like, hey, man.
Yeah, and just like be cool, man.
Well, rock and roll.
She's just the Countess is slowly slipping through her fingertips, and she's just becoming a regular.
Yeah, Marlboro Man.
Guys, we're going to briefly talk about Beverly Hills, and then we have a very special treat. And by treat, I mean we're going to test Blackwater.
Guys, Blackwater. No, that's not the security firm that trolls Iraq. Isn't that also called Blackwater?
It is called that. I wish we had that.
No, it's a water that's black by the Manzo boys, the Manzo bros.
I'm going to quickly touch on Dallas just because I watched it this week. Did you?
No, I did not watch it.
Okay. The only thing I'll say is that Luann is the Carney.
Yes.
Former Carney. Drew, that's correct.
There's a former there's another Luann.
Yes, in
Former
Dallas.
Leanne. Sorry, it's Leanne.
Leanne. She's a former Carney and she's in Dallas.
And of course now runs the charity circuit in Dallas.
Oh, well, of course. As you do.
As you do. I just want to say, and I want to put this out
What
to
was
the
her
universe.
talent? Was she was a Cardi?
She hasn't revealed that
Oh,
yet. But her
interesting.
tagline is something really funny and I'm forgetting it. It's like, you can't trick this Carney. Or it's
Yeah,
something.
Oh.
I've been to the carnival. Don't fuck with me.
Something like that.
Like those great expressions.
Yeah.
But I just want to put out I'm deeply worried about her and her relationship because she wants us to work so badly. It's getting pretty sad. And that's honestly all I have to say about that show. They all drink too much and it's nothing really
Yeah.
going on there.
And listeners have said there's a lot of pink eyeshadow that's going on in that show that needs to be tamed.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm not feeling Dallas as much.
I watched the first episode. I've been really catching up on Southern Charm, so my time is limited right now.
We're going to do a big Southern Charm rundown next week.
Yes.
So if you guys are watching, get yourself caught up to speed.
Yes, because we're gonna dive in.
We're gonna get into it.
I love it. I'm loving it. But real quick, Beverly Hills.
Ba-ba-doo.
I know, and you know what? All I can think is, and I listened to the song all the way through because I'm obsessed with it now. Is like you and Diane did an amazing impression.
Thank you.
Amazing, because it was very accurate, guys. For those who have not heard it.
Drew, I feel badly. We were talking about
I
shows you
just saw the
haven't seen.
clip of Eileen Davidson laughing at Lisa Vanderpump in the most bizarre, non-human, like just insane laugh that she gave. It was so weird. What was that about? Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Nobody really knows, and that's been the crux of this season, or the rub of this season, is that no one knows what's really happening.
Well, yeah, I think Eileen is rehashing some stuff with Lisa Vanderpump about she thinks she didn't apologize to her.
Yes.
Basically.
Okay.
And
But the laugh that she gives is like, it's ungodly. It's unsettling, deeply
Can I hear
unsettling.
some?
It's this like not even committed like laugh. It's like is so strange and gets just right inside your butthole a little bit too much. It's horrible.
Gorgeous words.
Thank you.
Gorgeous
True.
words.
True words.
I mean, I think Lisa Rinna is a fucking piece of shit.
I don't know what happened to her between this season and
Sorry,
last
that's all I
season.
have to say.
But the way she went off on Kim Richards, who is struggling and struggling, and I thought it was brave of Kim to come there, and I thought she was vulnerable, as was she in Palm Springs that time, and she goes after her for no reason.
Just to stay on the show, it's so desperate.
A very telling moment with how nervous Lisa Rinna is about not being on the show again and how scared and how desperate she is to be a part of the show is when she said, well, next year I'm planning a barbecue. And it was just
Fell
like,
flat.
I'm going to be on the show next year because, well, of course I am. I'm a cast member. And I'm going to have this weird barbecue. And Harry's going to make, filet mignon. It was
So many times fell flat for her when she did that, when she tried to pat the puss with Erica Jane Drew's looking at me with just...
I mean, just what words are coming out of your mouth? I love it.
And then she tried to do a walk-off, like, I just need to take a
couldn't
second,
even
but she couldn't get off the stage and nobody cared. And then she was like, well, guess I'll sit back down.
Yeah, like she tried to walk off, but it was like she couldn't even commit to it because she's so scared of not being on screen.
And the
for a
best
minute.
was Andy's looks to her were like, he thinks she's crazy and sad.
Yeah.
And she's not even crazy. I wish she were crazy. That would be fun. Like, give me Kelly Bensimon any day over someone who's orchestrating their
Calculated.
own
Yeah.
boring. If she's calculating it, there's nothing to it. And when Andy said she was reminding him of
Oh yes, she said it. Was it Ted
here's our-
Cruz? She said
no, the other one.
no,
Oh,
guys.
this is a bad moment.
Donald Trump?
This isn't a political show. Let's just
It's
be.
one more. Ooh.
This is,
Marco Rubio?
yes,
Guys.
guys. Look,
That
I'm
was
not
a
voting
low.
for him, so it's fine. He's
much
out
like-
of the election. So
Much like when Kim said her low was taking that drink. That was my low.
that was. I was in on that low. I was right down there.
Well,
with you.
Andy accused Lisa Rinna of being a Marco Rubio. And instead of just like laughing and taking it, she just stretched the moment into this crazed laugh and kept talking over Andy. It's so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And Yolanda's a queen, as my sister-in-law Shira texted today. She's a queen. And
She is. And she behaved wonderfully. And
yeah, when she finally was crying and said, you guys are talking, I'm crying because you're talking about my life. It's like, yeah, they were accusing her of not having Lyme disease, Drew, and having Munchausen syndrome.
What? Are you kidding me? Munchausen syndrome. Was she captured lately, or was she? Or Munchausen's the one where you want to feel pain.
Yeah,
like,
where you tell people like
Munchausen by
people.
proxy is
Munchausen by proxy.
child.
When
Your
your
child.
child, yeah.
Okay.
she's
I'm thinking
Or
Stockholm syndrome is what I'm thinking of. And
Okay,
I'm
but-
like, just because you were kidnapped.
it is just as crazy. It's like a truly sick woman. The storyline was that
Yeah.
they were saying she's not sick.
What a great storyline. Okay, so this person has a disease. All of you just deny it. We'll let that ride for a season.
But I will say, it comes on the tail of a season of Orange County where a guy did say he had cancer and it turns out he did not.
Like now, a regular trope is people having to produce their cancer records.
Oh my God, where are we right now?
In heaven?
In the Nook?
We are in hell. I feel like whenever I finish a show, I'm exhilarated, but I also feel sick. I'm just like, oh God, we've said so many things. But you know what? I can't have a moment of conscience.
We can't
No.
I can't
We
now.
can't
No.
now start saying, look, we say these things out of love though, because wait, what am
Well,
I saying?
I don't know.
All I know is that Casey and I both just stopped talking and stared at you like, wait,
haven't
why are
written
we?
You said we say this out of love, and then it was like you just dove off a cliff. You had nothing left, nowhere to go.
No, but bottom line, they all are thrilled that we're talking about them. That's it.
You
They
think
could've-
so?
Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, sometimes I do feel like, I shouldn't say that thing about Lisa Rinna. She was really nice when I met her, but at the same time, she is behaving in a way
She's
that
behaving
is
nice.
not great.
I
So
mean,
I'm calling
yeah.
her out on that behavior because it's not great the way that she is treating people right now.
This is unrelated. I'm gonna leave it in, but I'm having second thoughts about the story I told about
Yeah.
what happened, the incident.
I'm so glad you told this story.
Okay, I hope
so
people don't
happy
look
you
at me
did.
differently, even though I hope you don't listen to me differently.
We've all been there.
We've
And let me
all
tell you,
been there.
I'm on
Guys,
I'm on
Not many of you have
antibiotics
woken
right
up
now.
next to your husband in your own feces.
I wish I had been in my house and not in public and moved forward as if it had never happened. I should have run home.
I'm on antibiotics right now, and I'm in living fear of shitting myself as we speak because it's terrible. So we all have been there.
We've all
I'm
been
in
there.
it right now.
Thanks, guys.
So-
I just think some things, are probably, more private. And I do think that falls in that category. I just love that I have literally not been able to tell my husband this, but I'm telling
the world.
thousands and thousands
Because
of people.
I do feel very close with our listeners. I do. I feel like they.
And I know they're not going to tell him.
Yes, they're not going to tell your husband. Your husband.
Don't tell him. Honestly, I prefer everyone to know but him.
Yes.
I don't know if he could move past that.
Really? I should have mentioned that I've shit myself twice. The second time I did it, because like I said, the floodgates just swing open. And second time I had to call my husband into the room. There was no denying.
What?
Yeah, I needed help.
And you told him?
I didn't have a choice.
Oh my God. Was this recent?
Years ago, we're still married.
Great. I guess maybe you move on.
Yes, you move on.
True love prevails. Let's toast to that with some.
Yes.
black water, guys.
Black water.
Drew, you want to tell us what
black
we're looking
water, keep on rolling, Mississippi moon, won't you keep on shining? I don't know the words. Okay, so this is black BLK premium alkaline water. I thought it was charcoal lemonade, which I've had, which is
What is that?
It's activated charcoal. It's really good for your stomach. But this is not that.
Doesn't
This
sound
is
good
just
for me.
literally black water. Charcoal like absorbs all of everything that's in your
I don't
stomach.
want this to go right through me.
But this is.
There's no telling.
This looks like it's like molasses.
I know, it's real strange, guys.
It's like
Cheers.
cola, like flat cola.
And the
Cheers.
Mansell brothers pulled all of their resources, and this
I'm
is what-
scared.
Okay, let's do this.
Ooh, it just tastes like dirty water.
It doesn't taste like water.
Oh, I'll say. It tastes like dirty water.
Like
You're
I-
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It tastes like, when Carrie gets splashed on the side of Sex in the City, like what that water would taste like.
Yeah.
Like my tongue
Ugh.
feels dry.
Oh.
And that's not what it should feel after a glass of water. It should feel wet.
No, it feels.
Finished it, Drew?
I finished it.
Wow.
Despite the fact that it feels like liquid fur. It's really dry and heavy.
I've never known
The thing
water
is,
to
I would
be
like this in
dry.
a
Yes,
cocktail.
that's the opposite
This would be
of
good in a
water.
cocktail.
Why?
Sorry, behind Drew, I'm seeing like helicopters flying over LA. Like something is
Oh my God,
definitely
you guys, it's like that movie, The Invitation. Have you seen the movie, The Invitation?
No.
Oh, it's
Like it's-
terrifying. It's like a dinner party. It's a dinner party gone horribly wrong.
What happened? Well, Drew has seen
I see
single
every movie.
We went to Sundance together, and I remember I said to you, I'm like, what have you been doing the last couple of days? And you're like, I've seen like 34 movies. I was like, what?
I didn't see that video. I was so excited at Sundance. I would get up at like 8 in the morning and go to a movie. At 8, the movie would be at 8. And I'd be like, sure, let's go
And
do
you
it.
saw them all.
I
You
saw a lot.
lot.
I saw a lot, yeah. Yeah.
What's the invitation?
Oh, it's this crazy movie about a dinner party where they all get invited over, like it's a weird cult, and the final shot is just terrifying. It's
that's
so
what we're in
weird.
right now?
It's really weird.
That's what Blackwater felt like to you.
No, that's what Casey's seeing these
I'm seeing like
helicopters
helicopters
outside.
flying over
We're gonna make it home
outside of
today?
the nook. I can see downtown Los Angeles,
Oh
and
God.
all I can say is something's brewing. Something wicked this way comes. You're
Guys,
welcome.
we're not alive tomorrow.
It's been great. My last meal was Blackwater.
We need to put something else in our mouth. This can't be it.
Ooh.
Guys, I mean, this has been a great podcast. Droege is singularly one of the funniest people I've ever met.
I love you both. You're
Thank
both
you so
brilliant.
much.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you
this.
for being on, despite not having the encyclopedic knowledge that Danielle and I do.
I was thrilled to just experience all of it.
And please go watch his videos. His Chloe 70 videos are amazing. Look at his Twitter. Everything Drew Droege you need to get
Thank
into.
you. Please do.
Please do.
Please.
And thank you, Bitch Sesh listeners. We love
You guys are great. Loved hearing which housewives character you think you are.
Some of you had some real, very complex feelings and feeling like you wanted to be a Bethanny, but you feared you were an Alex, from New York. And I get it because I feel those things too. So thank you. For
And a lot of
sharing
people thought they were like many side characters, which were really making me laugh.
Yeah, there was someone that was just. Oh God, I wish I could remember it now. They were that someone's like weird butler. They said or like I can't remember, but you guys had some really funny ideas. I wish I could come to it right now.
Much like Marco Rubio, Danielle and I.
You're the regular Marco Rubio of the bunch.
You know what I'm realizing is the fact that we know Fletcher Jones Mercedes
and not Marco Rubio
is a problem. I'm not proud of that. I'm not
There
proud
goes
of
the motherhood.
And on that.
On that note,
Next week, everybody.
thank you, Drew.
Thank you.
Get out your passports, because you're about to cross the border into Hard Nation. I'm Mark Hard, a proud conservative.
And I'm Pete Hard, a godless liberal. We're two brothers with different perspectives, but a passion for politics. And now we bring that passion to our show on Earwolf.
Now, finally, there's a podcast that tells it like it is about what's really going on in this country.
That's right, it's the election of the century, and we're the only ones willing to ask the real questions like, Hillary Clinton, what do you order at Chipotle?
Or Ted Cruz, who would you cast in Ghostbusters?
Check out Hard Nation today on earwolf.com, Howl, iTunes, or your favorite podcast app.
Ooh, it's gonna get hard in here.
Get hard, people.
This has been an Earwolf production, executive produced by Scott Ackerman, Adam Sachs, and Chris Bannon. For more information and content, visit earwolf.com.